My wife whispered to her mom, "Once the baby is born, we kick him out and keep the child support." I pretended to sleep. The next morning, I handed her eviction papers effective immediately. She panicked, realizing the baby wasn't the only thing due to arrive. I, 32 male, own my house. Bought it 3 years ago, before I even met my wife, 29. Titles in my name, mortgage in my name, everything. This becomes important later. We got married 8 months ago. She moved into my place. Fast wedding, whirlwind romance, all that. Found out she was pregnant 2 months after the wedding. I was thrilled. She seemed thrilled too. Last Tuesday night changed everything. Her mom was visiting for the week, staying in our guest room. They'd been weird all day, whispering, stopping conversations when I walked in. Whatever, I figured baby stuff. Wedding planning for her cousin. Normal mom-daughter things. Around 11 p.m., I went to bed early. Work's been brutal lately. Project deadlines stacking up. My wife said she'd stay up a bit longer with her mom. Watch some show. Cool. I was almost asleep when I heard them coming up the stairs. Our bedroom door was cracked open maybe 2 inches. The hallway light was on. My wife's voice, quiet but clear. "Mom, I'm telling you, this is perfect. Once the baby's born, we give him maybe 6 weeks to bond or whatever, then I file." Her mom, "And you're sure about the house?" My wife, "Doesn't matter that it's his. Texas is a community property state. I looked it up. Married when the baby was conceived, I get half of everything, plus child support based on his salary." Her mom laughing, "That engineering money." My wife, "Exactly. And here's the best part. Once we kick him out and I have primary custody, I can move back home with you. He'll be paying for a kid he barely sees, and we'll have the support money to actually live." Her mom, "What about him fighting it?" My wife, "Please. Courts always favor the mother, especially with an infant. I'll say he works too much, I'm breastfeeding, stability for the baby, blah blah, easy." I'm not gonna lie, my chest went cold, like someone dumped ice water in my veins. They kept talking, but I stopped hearing words, just noise. My wife, the woman I married, the mother of my kid, was literally scheming to use our baby as a paycheck while kicking me out of my own house. They went to the guest room. I heard the door close. I stared at the ceiling for maybe 20 minutes. Shock, anger, betrayal, all of it hitting at once. But mostly, cold calculation. She wanted to play legal games? Okay, let's play. I got up, went to my office, closed the door, started Googling. Texas property law, prenups, we didn't have one, stupid, eviction procedures, divorce attorneys, everything. Turns out, she was half right. Texas is community property, but only for assets acquired during the marriage. My house? Bought 2 years before I met her. Separate property, not touchable. But she was living here as my spouse, which meant I needed to do this carefully. Found a lawyer's emergency line, called it. Guy named Henderson, specialized in men's divorce cases, explained the situation. "You need documentation," he said. "Record the conversation if you can. Texas is one-party consent." Bless Texas. Hung up. Downloaded a recording app. Waited. Next morning, Wednesday, her mom slept in. My wife was making breakfast, humming to herself, touching her belly, acting like the loving pregnant wife. I walked in, phone recording in my pocket. "Babe, I've been thinking about the baby's room," I started. "Should we do blue or keep it neutral?" She smiled. "Let's keep it neutral. We don't know the gender yet." Right. Hey, random question. Your mom mentioned something about property laws last night. What were you guys talking about? Her face didn't change, but her hand stopped moving. "Oh, just boring stuff. Don't worry about it." "No, seriously, I'm curious. Something about community property?" She laughed, forced. "Mom was just asking how Texas law works. She's thinking of moving here, remember?" Lie. Her mom lives in Oklahoma and hates Texas. Huh. Weird, because it sounded like you were discussing my house and child support. The color drained. "You were awake?" "Wide awake. Heard everything. The plan to kick me out, take my kid, collect a check. Real sweet." She started crying immediately. Impressive response time. "Baby, no, you misunderstood. We were just talking hypothetically. Mom was worried about me. What if things went wrong?" "Cut it. I'm not stupid. You literally said, once we kick him out. Nothing hypothetical about that." Her mom came rushing in. "What's going on? Your daughter's plan is busted, that's what." Her mom went full defensive. "How dare you attack her while she's pregnant? The stress isn't good for the baby. The stress of getting caught scheming, you mean?" My wife grabbed my arm. "Please, let's talk about this. I wasn't serious, it was just girl talk. I pulled away. Girl talk about defrauding me and using our kid as a weapon? Nah. Walked to my office, grabbed the folder I'd prepared at 3 a.m., came back. Here. Handed my wife an envelope. What is this? Eviction notice. You have 30 days to vacate my property. She tore it open, hands shaking. Started reading. Looked up. You can't do this. I'm pregnant with your child. Pregnancy doesn't give you squatter's rights. This is my house, premarital asset. You're being evicted. Her mom snatched the papers. This is illegal. She's your wife. And she's a resident in my house plotting to steal it. Lawyer says I'm good. 30 days. My wife collapsed into a chair, full sobbing now. Real tears this time. Where am I supposed to go? Your mom's house in Oklahoma? The one you planned to move to with my kid and my money? Her mom's face went red. You're a monster, throwing out a pregnant woman. Nah, I'm protecting myself from people who literally plan to ruin my life while I slept 10 feet away. My wife tried again. Baby, please? I made a mistake. I was scared about money, about the future. I wasn't thinking straight. You researched community property law, planned timelines. That's pretty straight thinking. What about our baby? DNA test as soon as it's born. If it's mine, we'll work out custody and support through the courts, properly, with lawyers, since you're so good at legal research. I left them in the kitchen, went to work. Couldn't focus worth a damn, but I needed to be out of the house. Got approximately 1 million texts that day. Please come home, we need to talk. I love you, this is a misunderstanding. Think about our family, you're overreacting. Mom says you're being abusive. Ignored all of them. Called Henderson the lawyer, told him everything. Good, he said. File for separation immediately. Document everything. Get that paternity test in writing, and change your locks after the 30 days. Can I do that? It's your house. Just follow eviction procedures to the letter. That was 6 days ago. She's still here, we're not speaking. She's trying the nice approach now, cooking my favorite meals, being sweet. Her mom left yesterday, but not before calling me every name in the book. My wife's sister called. Apparently I'm throwing away my family over a misunderstanding. Told her to mind her business. My own mom called. I told her everything. She was horrified. Get that girl out of your house. Tomorrow's day 7. 23 days until she's legally required to leave. This is going to be the longest month of my life. Update 1, 2 weeks later. Okay, so it's been wild. Really wild. Thanks for the comments on the original post, helped me feel less insane. My wife tried everything, and I mean everything. Day 8. Found her in the nursery we'd started setting up, crying over the crib. How can you tear apart our baby's home? Me, you were gonna tear me out of it? Just returning the favor. Day 10. Her dad called. Didn't even know he was in the picture. They're divorced and she barely mentions him. Apparently her mom called in reinforcements. He tried the man-to-man thing. Son, I know she messed up, but that's your child. You don't abandon your child. Me, not abandoning anyone. She's the one who planned to push me out. I'm just speeding up her timeline. He got quiet. She told me you were being controlling about money. She tell you about the conversation I overheard? The one where she and her mom planned to use community property claims on my premarital house and lock me out of my kid's life for a paycheck? Long pause. No, she left that part out. Yeah, thought so. Day 12. She tried the pregnancy card hard. Complained about back pain, morning sickness, fatigue. I need support right now, not stress. We should have thought about that before planning to weaponize our baby. Day 14. Her best friend showed up. Girl named Ashley, never liked me anyway. Started screaming on my porch about how I'm abandoning my pregnant wife and real men take responsibility. I was calm. Real women don't scheme to commit fraud. Your friend's a liar. She's got 3 weeks to pack. Ashley, the baby needs their father. Me, the baby will have their father, through legal custody arrangements that don't involve me getting robbed. Today was the kicker though. Day 15. I came home from work around 6 p.m. My wife was in the living room with a woman I didn't recognize. Older, professional-looking, briefcase. My wife stood up. Honey, this is Dorothy. She's a family counselor. I thought we could talk through this together. I looked at Dorothy. Did she tell you why we're separated? Dorothy smiled, all therapeutic. She mentioned communication issues and fears about the future. Did she mention overhearing her tell her mother that she planned to file for divorce after the baby was born, kick me out of my own house, and collect child support while keeping me from my kid? Dorothy's smile froze. My wife jumped in. That's not what I said, you're twisting it. I pulled out my phone. I have a recording. Her face went white. Dorothy looked between us. You recorded a private conversation? Texas is one-party consent. I was the one party. Totally legal. My wife started crying again. Dorothy looked uncomfortable. Perhaps we should. Nope. Thanks for coming, Dorothy, but we're not doing therapy. We're doing eviction proceedings and divorce. Have a good night. Dorothy left pretty quick after that. My wife screamed at me for embarrassing her. I went to my office and locked the door. But here's where it gets interesting. Yesterday, I got a letter from a lawyer. Not Henderson, a different one. My wife hired representation. The letter claims, 1. I'm creating a hostile living environment for a pregnant woman. 2. I'm withholding financial support. I'm literally still paying all the bills. 3. The eviction is retaliatory and illegal. 4. She deserves to stay in the marital home until the baby is born for health reasons. Henderson laughed when I showed him. She's desperate. We'll respond. The house is your separate property. The eviction is lawful. And you've got her dead to rights with that recording. Her lawyer's blowing smoke. He drafted a response basically saying, your client planned to defraud my client. The eviction stands. She has 2 weeks remaining to vacate. Also included a copy of the recording transcript. Not the audio, just the words. Legal but devastating. My wife's lawyer went quiet after that. No more demands. But my wife, she's escalated. Started posting on social media. Vague stuff like, going through the hardest time of my life, and some people show their true colors when you need them most with sad pregnancy photos. Her friends are commenting support. You deserve better. Stay strong, mama. My cousin sent me screenshots. Asked what was up. I sent her the transcript. She sent it to my aunt. Now half my family knows the truth. Her mom called again last night. You've humiliated her. Ruined her reputation. All over a private conversation. Me? A private conversation about ruining my life. Her mom, she was scared. Pregnant women have fears. She wasn't gonna actually do it. Me, then why research the laws? Why make a timeline? Why say once we kick him out instead of what if we broke up? She had a plan. Her mom hung up on me. 13 days left. Wife's barely packing. Think she believes I'll cave. Not happening. Update 2, day 28. 3 days until she's legally out. This week was absolutely insane. Day 22, wife finally started packing. Slowly. Like, 1 box every 2 days. Thought she could run out the clock and claimed she needed more time. Henderson said if she's not out by day 30, we file for sheriff-assisted eviction. Don't engage, just document. So I've been taking photos. Her stuff's still everywhere. Clothes in the closet, toiletries in the bathroom. She's staging this. Day 24, her lawyer sent another letter. This one claimed she'd found a medical expert who said moving during pregnancy was dangerous. They wanted a 90-day extension. Henderson, tell her lawyer that's not how eviction law works. Health issues don't override property rights. She can move carefully, but she's moving. We responded same day. Denied the extension. Reminded them of the recording where she planned this whole thing. Radio silence from her lawyer again. Day 25. My wife tried a new approach. Sweetness. Made me dinner. My actual favorite, pot roast with all the fixings. Set the table nice. Candles even. I stared at it. What's this? I wanted to do something nice. I know things have been awful, but we're still married. We're still having a baby together. Can't we just talk? I sat down. Not gonna lie, I was curious where this was going. Okay, talk. She teared up. I'm so sorry about everything. I was terrified about being a mom, about money, about losing myself. My mom was in my ear about protecting myself, and I got caught up in worst-case scenarios. I never actually wanted to hurt you. You researched how to take my house. I know, I was stupid, paranoid. I don't even want your house, I want our family. You literally said once we kick him out. She reached for my hand. I pulled back. Poor choice of words. I swear, if you give me another chance, I'll prove I'm not that person. We can go to counseling. I'll sign whatever you want, saying the house is yours. Postnup, prenup, whatever. Just please don't throw away our marriage. Part of me wondered if she meant it. She looked genuine, scared, vulnerable. Then I remembered her laughing with her mom about that engineering money. No. What? No, I don't believe you. You had months to be honest. You chose to scheme. You're only sorry you got caught. She stood up, knocked her chair back. So that's it? Our marriage, our baby, all of it means nothing because of one mistake? One planned mistake. Premeditated. You researched laws, made timelines. That's not a mistake. That's a con. I was protecting myself. From what? I gave you everything. You moved into my house. I paid for everything. I was excited about this baby. What exactly did you need protection from? She didn't have an answer, just cried and went to the guest room. Day 26, yesterday. This is where it got truly wild. I came home from work and the house was full of people. Her mom, her sister, Ashley, the best friend, some aunt I'd never met, and my wife. All in my living room, intervention-style setup. They were literally sitting in a circle. Her mom stood up. We need to talk, all of us. I dropped my bag. You need to leave. This is my house. Her sister. Just hear us out, please. Against my better judgment, I stayed standing. Talk, her mom started. You're making a huge mistake. Yes, my daughter said some things she shouldn't have, but you're destroying a family over words, not actions. Words. Me. Words that outlined actions she planned to take. The aunt jumped in. Sweetie, all women think about worst-case scenarios when they're pregnant. It's hormones and fear. She didn't mean it. Ashley, you really gonna punish her forever for one panic conversation? My wife, crying of course. I love you. I made a horrible mistake letting my fears control me. But I'm begging you, don't give up on us. They all stared at me, this coordinated attack designed to guilt me into backing down. I laughed, actually laughed. This is amazing. You all got together and decided what? That if you ganged up on me, I'd just forget that she tried to scam me? Her mom. Scam? That's your wife, the mother of your child. Me who researched how to steal my house and use our baby as a paycheck while cutting me out. Yeah, scam. Her sister. The baby deserves both parents. The baby will have both parents through custody agreements, legal ones, not whatever this is. You're being cruel and selfish. I looked at my wife. Did you tell them about the recording? She looked down. No? Cool, let me educate everyone. I pulled up the transcript on my phone, read it out loud, every word, the plan, the timeline, the laughing about engineering money, all of it. The room went silent. The aunt looked at my wife. You said that? My wife, I was scared and stupid, and her mom. Doesn't matter, she's pregnant, he should be supporting her. Me, I am supporting her. I've paid every bill in this house for 8 months. I'm filing for divorce properly and will handle child support legally. What I'm not doing is letting her stay in my house after she planned to fraudulently claim it. Her sister, quieter now. Where's she supposed to go? Me, that's not my problem. She's got family. She's got 2 days to figure it out. Her mom, you're a monster. Maybe, but I'm a monster who's not getting robbed. Y'all need to leave, now. They didn't move. I pulled out my phone. I'm calling the cops for trespassing. You've got 60 seconds. They left, all of them cursing me out, calling me heartless, saying I'll regret this. My wife tried one more time. Please, I'm sorry, I'll do anything. Pack your stuff, you've got 2 days. Last night she barely slept. I heard her moving around, crying, making phone calls. Don't care anymore, I'm done. Henderson called this morning. Day 30 is Friday. If she's not out, we get the sheriff at 8 a.m. Monday. Don't give her an inch. Friday, 2 days. She's finally packing for real now. Boxes everywhere. Her mom's coming with a U-Haul tomorrow. It's almost over. Final update, she's gone. Moved out yesterday, day 29. Didn't even wait for the deadline. Her mom showed up Thursday morning with a truck and 2 guys I didn't recognize. They loaded everything in 4 hours. My wife didn't say a word to me, just directed the movers, cried quietly, and left. Before she walked out, she stopped at the door, looked back at me. I hope you're happy. You got what you wanted. Me, I wanted a family. You wanted a paycheck. We both lost. She left. That was it. 8 months of marriage, over. Filed for divorce Friday morning. Henderson's handling it. Uncontested, hopefully, but we're ready if she fights. Also filed for a paternity test to be administered at birth. Non-negotiable. If the kid's mine, I'll step up. Custody, support, all of it. Legally. But I'm not taking anyone's word anymore. My wife's already spinning the story. Social media is full of her playing victim. Thrown out while pregnant. Abandoned by the man who promised forever. The comments are brutal on both sides. Her friends call me trash. My friends who know the truth are backing me. Her mom tried one last time, called me yesterday. You've ruined her life. She's depressed, barely eating. The stress is affecting the baby. Me? She ruined her own life when she schemed instead of being honest. Her mom, I hope you can live with yourself. I sleep fine. How's she sleeping knowing she torpedoed her marriage for a plan that didn't even work? She hung up. Got a call from my buddy's wife. She's friends with someone who knows my wife's family. Apparently my wife's staying with her mom in Oklahoma. No job lined up, no plan, just living off her parents while pregnant and divorced at 29. Here's the thing everyone keeps asking. Do I regret it? No. Could I have tried counseling? Maybe worked through it? Sure, maybe. But here's what nobody gets. It wasn't just what she said. It was the calculation, the research, the timeline, the laughing. That wasn't fear or hormones. That was planning. She didn't slip up and say something mean in an argument. She sat down with her mom and strategized how to use our baby to rob me. Then went to bed next to me like nothing happened. That's not someone having a bad moment. That's someone showing you exactly who they are. Yeah, I'm gonna be a divorced dad paying child support. Yeah, this whole thing's screwed up. What should have been a happy time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to co-parent with someone I don't trust. But I still have my house, my assets, my self-respect. And when that baby's born, if it's mine, I'll be there. Not because a court says I have to. Not because someone trapped me. But because I chose to be a father on my own terms. That's worth everything. Thanks for following this mess, Reddit. Gonna log off for a while and focus on getting through the divorce. I'll update if anything crazy happens, but hopefully this chapter's closed. To anyone going through something similar, trust your gut. Protect yourself. Don't let anyone guilt you into accepting betrayal just because it's wrapped in family or love or obligation. You deserve better than that. We all do.